Good day, everyone. We are Big Data Ninjas 6 and I'm Amit Zutshi. Considering that cryptocurrencies have been touted as the currencies of the future, it is natural for the investors to be interested in knowing how they are and will be doing. While there are prediction models available, our group found that those do not consider some of the intangibles that can be used to predict these currencies. These intangibles are forming the basis for much of the rally and downside of these currencies these days. And hence our group decided to undertake the task to analyze if Twitter data can be utilized to measure the fluctuation of currencies on a day-to-day basis. For that, we came up with a data set of around 24 million records from Kaggle. We merged it with several thousand records from finance portals like Yahoo Finance, and then finally merged that with the streaming data coming in from the Twitter API and fed that to the model to do the predictions. So essentially, if you look at it, we did the exploratory data analysis for 6 currencies: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Tron, Stellar, and Litecoin. And we had to do a lot of data scrubbing so that the data was in a form and fashion that could be fed to the machine learning model. And then finally, the prediction was taken, which was used for the visualizations. Now I will pass it on to Rohan to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Amit. So now let's look at our regression models. So we have used a DNN regressor and logistic regression, out of which we found the logistic regression to be a better performer in terms of predictions. So we have used variables such as volume of transactions per day, the opening and closing price of each cryptocurrency, the name of each cryptocurrency, as well as the conversations on Twitter that took place as a tweet frequency count. So using these, we were able to build our models, and we have found logistic regression to be a better model. We had also created some simple models such as linear regressions, which did not give very good predictions. However, we found that using tweet frequency was giving us some better results and was able to predict things better. To delve more into our results, I'm passing it on to MR. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohan. Now let's look into the visualization part. First off, we did the exploratory data analysis. In the initial phase, we found out which cryptocurrencies have been the most popular across the years based on the frequency of the tweets that they have got. Then we were able to find out which currencies are the most, do they have any pattern in the seasons? Then their stability. If a particular currency, like for example, we see here Bitcoin, which has been the most unstable across the years. Next, we come to our model, which shows the predicted values of fluctuation and the direction of fluctuation for the day of 16th of December. And comparing it to the actual values, we were able to find out that the direction of fluctuation was predicted almost with 100% accuracy, and the predicted values were within 25% of the error rate. Next, we move on to Chen, who is going to give you the recommendations.
Thank you, Emma. Like what my teammate said, and there's a limited data, so our group recommend that automated data sources like Twitter activities and should definitely from the additional basis and for price and predictions. And these sources and can act as good and process and for user sentiments. Otherwise, and the current model is able to predict only a portion of the fluctuation based on the historical and the Twitter data, and needs to be bolstered by adding additional and social media sources and by performing sentiment analysis on the time. So finally, our group recommend that considering the industry model and will be factoring in tangible aspects of predictions and like past performance and currency market conditions and demand. Our recommendation is to bolster the same by addition of automated data sources that can act as process and for user sentiments, like done in this project. Next, I will pass to Bidrupa and to continue the conclude.
Hi everyone, this is Bidrupa, and I hope you really enjoyed our presentation. Most often than not, it's really difficult to understand how cryptocurrencies work, and therefore, it's important to analyze alternate sources of data. Even if we were able to explain a tiny bit of the volatility with a model, just like our model did, it would be a lot easier to understand and would add a lot more value, not just to currencies, pretty much everything. Thank you.